Raise your weapons. Spin your cylinders. Aim. Cock your hammers.
This was a $1 million survival game. There was one bullet in each gun. The moment the light comes on, they'll fire. Several contestants fell. At that moment, the host noticed that Mike hadn't fired. He ordered Mike to fire a shot, otherwise he would be killed.
What the fuck are you doing? Pull the trigger!
I'm going to count to 3.
Shoot!
2.
Ah!
Mike wanted to quit the game, but once the match started, there was no turning back. The players who had bet on Mike berated him, telling him to follow the rules. Soon the second round began. This time, each player was given 2 bullets. They cocked their guns and took aim once more. As soon as the signal light came on, several more players fell. Mike was lucky to survive because the man behind him was shot before he could fire his gun. After 2 rounds, the contestants were on the verge of breaking down. One contestant lost control of his emotions. Staff forcibly injected him with a sedative and carried him onto the competition platform. The third round began. This time, each player was given 3 bullets. The chance of being hit had risen to 1 in 2. By now, the tension had vanished from Mike's face. The signal light flashed, and more players fell. Only 5 players remained on the field. To ramp up the excitement, the host changed the rules of the game. There were 5 balls on the table, 3 white ones and 2 black ones. The players who drew the black balls would face off in the final showdown. Unfortunately, Mike was chosen. The 2 contestants stood face to face. They each had 3 bullets in their guns. To everyone's surprise, both guns were empty. Since there was no winner, the game continued. 1 more bullet was added to each gun. Once again, they aimed their guns at each other's heads. The tension in the room reached a fever pitch.
When the bulb lights up, you shoot. The game is over.
The game ended, and Mike emerged as the winner. He also received a prize of $1 million. The dealer offered to take Mike to the train station. Mike pretended to agree, then slipped away quietly. He no longer trusted anyone. Mike arrived at the station with $1 million in cash. Suddenly, he noticed a group of police officers surrounding the station. Realizing something was wrong, he immediately hid the money in a trash can. It turned out the police had been keeping an eye on Mike all along. Mike was taken to the police station. The police wanted to extract information about that game, but Mike insisted he knew nothing. But since there was no concrete evidence of a crime, he was quickly released. Mike returned to the station, only to find that the trash can had been emptied. He hurried to the trash collection area to search through the trash and found the bag of money. So Mike packed the money into a box and mailed it home. Then he bought a stuffed animal to pack in his luggage. Sure enough, as soon as Mike boarded the train, he noticed a man following him. Mike knew there was no escape. The moment he stood up, the man fired a shot. He snatched Mike's luggage. This was his stake for the next game. In the final moments of his life, Mike swallowed the shipping receipt.